Guys, I have a question to ask you. Do you think Semenyo can start in this Real Madrid team? Let me know your answers down below in the comments. I have an update concerning Antoine Semenyo to Real Madrid. We are going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about what Pep Guardiola had to say about Antoine Semenyo, and also talk about Mohammed, Kudus, amongst many others. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with Tottenham Hotspur and Mohammed Kudus. Now, let me begin with Mohammed Kudus. Still, Mohammed Kudus holds the record of the player with the most dribble across Europe's top 5 leagues. Still, nobody has been able to, overtake Mohammed Kudus. I mean, it's good for Mohammed Kudus. Things have not gone well quite of late at Tottenham, but then he still holds that record, which for me is good. It highlights and also showcases his strength. For Tottenham Hotspurs, it's not going to be easy for them at all. The reason why I'm saying this is that the upcoming games for Tottenham are no easy games. Now, let's go through it very, very quickly. You can see that on your screen. Their next game is against Chelsea at home. After that, they are going to play in the UCL against Copenhagen at home. And then play in the EPL against Manchester United at home. And then the next game after that is against Arsenal away from home. Then they play another UCL game against PSG. Look, the next 5 games for Tottenham is no joke. So as at this point, Thomas Frank, Mohammed Kudus, they all need to bring their A game, because I'm going to be very honest. They can't win all these games. That is the honest truth. They can't win all. But definitely they are going to win some. And Mohammed Kudus is going to be one key player who is going to help Tottenham win some of these games. I'm just bringing this up because their next game is against Chelsea. And we all know Chelsea's problem this season: indiscipline. That is why they have a lot of yellow cards, a lot of red cards. And that could play in favor of Tottenham Hotspur. Also, Tottenham needs to know that they are playing at home, and they need to do everything in their power to win the game. These are games where Mohammed Kudus shows himself. And we all know Enzo Maresca has been a huge admirer of Mohammed Kudus. He had wanted Kudus at Chelsea, it just did not work. So this is a game where, it would favor both Chelsea and Tottenham fans. Chelsea fans would look at Kudus and be like, this guy, getting him in our club would be good. Also, Tottenham fans would be like, okay, we are going to test the strength of our team against Chelsea. So guys, this is a quick one concerning Mohammed Kudus and also Tottenham Hotspurs. Let me know how many games you think Tottenham can win out of this down below in the comments, because I think it's a very difficult period. It's going to be a very difficult period for Tottenham Hotspur. Looking at the games they have next, the next 5 games are no joke. Now let's move away from that and talk about Antoine Semenyo. Good things for Antoine Semenyo. I'm very, very happy for him. Now he has been nominated for Bournemouth's Player of the Month, which is very good. Yesterday I talked about him, the goal he scored against Fulham, being nominated for Goal of the Month. That goal against Fulham was a very good one. So we talked about that. Now let's not forget, this is the second time that he has scored a goal and has been nominated for EPL Goal of the Month. So it is good for Antoine Semenyo. Now their next game, Bournemouth's next game, is against Manchester City on Sunday. And Pep Guardiola, when he was talking in his pre-match press conference, talked about Semenyo, and I want to tell you exactly what he said, because what he said was very short but then very interesting. He says that he's an extraordinary player. This is coming from Pep Guardiola talking about Antoine Semenyo, stating that he's an extraordinary player. Pep and Yobins. Pep can you I'm telling you see, but then it would be one game I would like to see Semenyo score in. Semenyo is a big game player. We all saw him at the beginning of the season, what he did against Liverpool. He is a big game player. So this is a game I fancy Semenyo, scoring in. So guys, that is the update concerning Semenyo. But then in other news concerning Semenyo, it has to do with him going to Real Madrid. There are reports that a former EPL player has tipped Semenyo to play for Real Madrid. Now, this is what he said, and this is coming from Troy Deeney, speaking about Semenyo. He says that, I just don't know if Semenyo can keep it up. Do you know what I mean? If he does, then my God, he will probably end up playing for Real Madrid. But I think he's very good, very powerful, and also very direct. This is Troy Deeney tipping Semenyo to play for Real Madrid in the future if he can keep up with what he has started doing with Bournemouth this season. And I asked myself, would Semenyo even start at Bournemouth? Semenyo, we know, can play right wing, left wing, can play as a number 9. Look at all those positions at Real Madrid currently. Is he going to start at Real Madrid? Can he play ahead of Vinicius Jr.? Can he play ahead of Mbappe? Can he play ahead of Rodrigo Goes? Can he play ahead of Ada Goulet? I'm going to be honest, that's the honest truth. Looking at the squad Real Madrid have, especially that front, Antoine is on the bench. Brahim Diaz comes from the bench. That is the honest truth. But Semenyo, I believe, if he goes there, might get a chance. Might get a chance to start in some games. Not all games, might get a chance to start in some games. But might not start directly. If he's okay coming off the bench, that's fine. But Real Madrid, their front is a bit wild. They have good players there. I mean, this has become a conversation and argument on social media as to whether Semenyo is going to start at Real Madrid after Troy Deeney tipped him to sign for Real Madrid if he continues performing like this. But the big question is, can he continue performing like this, and can he start at Real Madrid? Big one, big question. I mean, this is just, someone's opinion, tipping him to play for Real Madrid. But then, who knows? Let's see what happens in the future, because there are other clubs that are showing interest in him. Manchester United are showing interest in him. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, they are all showing interest in him. He might maybe end up in another team rather than Real Madrid, because that is someone else's opinion concerning Semenyo. Now, let's move away from that and take a look at the video. A video trending on social media. And I'm just going to say something simple about the video. Charles Taylor talking about when he went to the Accra Sports Stadium during the Presidential Cup. Let's check it out.
President's Cup.
Okay. Okay.
What's that? Me dem me car no do or.
O kan wa ha.
Me dem car do or. Omo ka say me nya kwan wo. Nti car no ntimi fa car no wo. Woni dey see here. Dey share me pa me tika na mani nsuo ba. Na afre jan dey Range Rover ba. No ma bi no ma man. When we man ko park with GBC, baby omo car ni si no. E ho no man park here. So what you say? Ba me omo hwe me car na ekuta me no. Omo say nti car no ma hu baby a
ne car we
ya agbaje ye ekuta me.
Okay.
So what you say? Okay. Nti the din car no no clear because omo hwe the oye yo. Omo hwe ska wo nya ye. Na omo dia amount respect.
Yes.
San si Ghana omo ye no.
Very bad.
Nanka me ni afrenya nanka afrenya no me na left the crowd bo betu ni na bobo.
A hoteler.
What you say? Ba o man on the radio ba no mo garden no o mo de na kwere.
Just o sign garden no.
Me na me catch you. Ba me de me ba bia me fa me kan si.
Very bad.
Now o ko ewe ya, wa be jina be ka say na na after na.
So guys, you have heard from Charles Taylor, and all I want to say is, like, in fact, after seeing the video here, there was one song that I remembered we used to sing in primary school. The life in this world is a great struggle for both the young and old. Life in this world is a great struggle, Charles Taylor. Oh, life in this world, Charles Taylor. You should take it like that, because that car there, that is the honest truth. Do not respect you in this country. The car he took to the stadium, to the Vito said, then Kia money, do not respect you. Look at Afinaja, and he brought a Range Rover. Don't accord you respect. That is how life is. That's why I started singing. Life in this world is a great struggle for both the young and old. Just tell her. Cool your heart. I know how it feels. You understand? I understand you. I know where the anger is coming from. Cool your heart. Now, let's move away from that. Let me know your thoughts about the video anyways. Let's move away from that and talk about the last update. After Ghana qualified to the World Cup, all we hear is players want to join us, players want to join us. But then we hardly hear players want to leave Ghana to other countries. Now, I want to tell you an update concerning a player who wants to leave Ghana and play for another country, wants to switch nationality. His name is called Salifu Ibrahim, a former House of Folk player, a former 11 Wonders player. During his time at Accra House of Folk, he won the Ghana Premier League. Currently, he plays for FC Ditra in the Kosovo League. And currently, he feels like Ghana, he might not be able to get a chance to play for the national team. So he's working on his switch to play for Benin. Yes, Benin were on the verge of qualifying to the World Cup, but rather unfortunately, a lot of rules here and there, a lot of permutation and calculations here and there did not even help them top their group or also become the 4 best second place teams in the group. So the only thing he has in solace playing for Benin is that they are going to feature in the AFCON, and they are in the same group with Congo, Senegal, and Botswana. Yes, so if Salifu Ibrahim decides to switch nationality from Ghana and play for Benin, then he will feature in the AFCON, where he's going to face Congo, Senegal, and Botswana in the group phases. So guys, this is an update. You hardly hear things like this, but it always happens. Most of the times you go to the neighboring countries and you see a lot of Ghanaians there. Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso, Niger, you always hear Ghanaians playing in those countries, because those Ghanaians feel like they have no chance of getting into the Black Stars or the national team. So they want to try their luck somewhere. And most of them, they even come back to Ghana, spend their holidays with their families, but then have switched nationality to other countries because they can switch their nationality. They have their heritage or their direct descendants from someone from those countries. So guys, this is the update that has to do with former Accra House of Folk midfielder Salifu Ibrahim, who currently plays in Kosovo for FC Ditra, and who is trying to switch nationality from Ghana to Benin. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. I'll make sure to bring you more updates live here. Thank you for joining me. I'll make sure to bring you more updates. My name is Adam. See you in the next one. Charlie, we will vibe.